and welcome to Quirky Books with Katie. Today I'm going to be talking about Crown of Midnight by Sarah J Maas, which is the second book in the Throne of Glass series. And I apologize in advance because I have a cold, so if I'm talking weird. So, this book leaves off basically right where Throne of Glass left off. Celaena has been given the task to basically go out and assassinate all of the king's enemies. And the question is, what's she gonna do? And in this, there's also the love triangle issue between Celaena, Prince Dorian, and Chaol, Captain Westfall, who is obviously my favorite. Overall, I'm not sure what rating I'm gonna give this book. I'm gonna explain that in my spoiler part of my review. There were some elements that I absolutely adored, and then some things I really didn't like. Overall, I thought that this story, the first half, I'd say, focuses more on the romance aspect / palace life. It focuses a lot more on Celaena and her task of going out and killing people, and the ending focuses a lot more on more of like the high fantasy aspect with the word marks and all of that stuff. So if you've read Throne of Glass, I would definitely suggest checking this one out. I won't say that I liked it more than Throne of Glass. I liked it more in some ways and not in others. And if you like Chaol, definitely check this book out. Or if you haven't read the series, read it. Now we're going to talk about spoilers, so let's go. Okay. So I loved and adored this book up until about, I'd say, page 250. It was the last 200 pages of the book that were an issue for me. So we start out, like I said before, Celaena has to go out and kill people, and obviously she's not doing it. She's like fake assassinating them. She's giving them time to leave and then like bringing in dead bodies, which is creepy, but okay. And the reason that I like the first part so much is we got to see so much more of Celaena and Chaol, and I ship them together so much. It's no secret. I just love seeing how their relationship developed, because I feel like they're such a good match for each other in so many ways, because around other people they're really like tough and hard, and then around each other they kind of just melt. And the first, I'd say, 200 pages are just them flirting, and it's absolutely adorable, especially that scene where they're dancing. I was literally crying at an issue there. And then their relationship progresses, and I just loved seeing that. And then eventually they get together. And at this point, I am like cheering and sobbing and not knowing what to do, because this book just emotionally damaged me in every way possible. And once they finally got together, I felt like that's when the book kind of went downhill for me. The beginning, I loved. I loved seeing all the stuff with Nehemia, and it's fabulous. Now, the second part of the book is what I had the biggest issues with. I felt like once Celaena and Chaol got together, everything just kind of went to crap. Because all of this stuff starts happening with the word marks, and you're just like, oh, what's going to happen? Oh my god, what's going on? Because when Nehemia dies, Celaena finds out all this stuff, and she kind of has to deal with it. And then you basically find out like all these random things that I felt like weren't explained very well, and it was kind of just like in there for effect. Like we find out during the fight that Celaena's a fae, and that she's the last princess queen that everyone is looking for, which I don't understand, because the author didn't mention anything about that in the first book. In the first book, all that we know is that Celaena's an orphan, and that she was taught to be an assassin, and she loved a boy named Sam. That's all we really know about her. And then magically in the like last 20 pages of this book, she's magically just some fae with powers. I don't know. I was just confused, and I felt like the ending was way too rushed for me. And then there's also the fact that Dorian has magic. I actually thought that was pretty interesting, because I don't really like Dorian that much, but I think that's just going to add kind of a new dynamic to his character that we haven't really seen before. And now, as always, we're going to talk about the ending of this book, which, like I said, is where all this stuff is being revealed about Celaena. And then Celaena says goodbye to Dorian, and she says, I'll come back for you. My question is, are they involved or not? Because I feel like they still have unresolved feelings for each other, but they're not going to admit it. And then Selena wasn't even going to say goodbye to Kale. I was just like, why? Why? You have to say goodbye to him. I mean, I understand that she's mad because he didn't tell her information, which could have led to her keeping Nehemia safe. But if she still loves him, I don't understand what the huge issue is there. And then she basically tells Kale everything, and then she rushes off. I didn't think the ending was very good. It didn't really leave me wanting to read the next book. Like, obviously I'm gonna read it because I enjoy the series, but it wasn't anything that made me like, oh, need the next book now, go track down the release date and count down the days till it comes out. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm still gonna see when it comes out, but I don't know. My predictions for the next book, I don't know. I know Selena's going to go out on her own. And I have a feeling that either Dorian or Kale is going to end up going with her. Because I feel like if they're not in the book, a lot of people are just going to be like, what is going on? And I think that Selena and Dorian are going to get together, unfortunately. My Selena and Kale's heart is broken right now. But those are just my predictions. Let me know what you guys think is going to happen in the comments below. My high points for this book were definitely Selena and Kale's relationship. Literally, there were some scenes that made me cry. I could not bring this book to school. I seriously didn't bring it to school a few days because I was like, if I get to certain parts, I'm going to cry, and then I'm going to get weird looks, and I don't want to deal with that. One of my favorites, it was actually one near the end. Well, besides the dancing scene, it was when, even though Selena is furious at Kale, it says in her will, which was dated 2 days before Nehemia died, that she leaves everything to him, which left me sobbing. And then to make it even worse / better, she kind of comes in when he discovers this, and then she says, I'm not going to change it. Yeah, that was just, I don't know. That was the high point of the book for me. Low point is definitely, I felt like the ending was rushed, and it was confusing, and it just was not explained enough for my taste. So overall, I think I'm going to end up giving this book a 4 out of 5 stars. If it was just like the first half of the book, I would have given it a 5. It would have been one of my favorite books of the year. The ending just really, it just really rubbed me the wrong way. Literally, when I was reading the beginning, I'm like, this is getting a 5. And I just, for how much I did not enjoy the ending, I just don't think I can give it a 5, but I don't think I can give it anything less than a 4 because of how much I enjoyed the beginning. So if you've read this book, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. So thank you guys for watching. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, and I will talk to you again soon.